Hey guys, Lancelot Archer here. Welcome back to Destiny. It's Friday, which means Zer's here today. He is outside the speaker in the Tower North. Let's see what he's got for us today. We are essentially on the last 3 weeks before D2, so Zer's gear is going to be slowly counting down. All right, what do we have? Legacy Engram for special weapons. So this is all, remember, all for year 1 special weapons. Essentially, anything Legacy is a year 1 stuff. So stuff that you might not have got, but if you want to just complete your year 1 collection, it's here. So that's there for 31 strange coins. Next, we have the ACD0 feedback fences. So these are the Titan gauntlets. This is a discipline strength roll. This is maxed out. Discipline for 51 and strength for 52. So the perk on this one is taking damage from a melee attack deals damage in an area around you. For those of you who have never seen this in action, so it's like if you punch someone, or a Titan with this particular set of gloves on, and they essentially release sort of like a pulse back at you. So it's like you getting hit by the same punch you just threw back at them. And obviously if your health is low, or if they've got a punch off first and then you hit them with this, it can kill you. Which, to be fair, I've used them on my Titan and it's a lot of fun to use. I mean, they look pretty cool as well. I can't obviously show you what they look like because I'm on my Warlock, but can I? No, they can't do it. So essentially, from the little thumbnail that they've got, you'll see that there's intricate yellow lines going through it, so little triangles. These things essentially like move up and down. So obviously if you buy them, you can get to see them in action. They are pretty fun to use. Alright, next, this is for the Hunter. Mask of the Third Man. This is, god damn, that's a really good roll. Intellect Strength roll. This is maxing out Intellect at 63 and Strength at 64. So Arc Blade attacks use less super energy. So when you were blade dancing back in year 1, and you had this helmet on, you essentially had like nearly infinite. I'm not going to say infinite, that's a little bit too far, but your super lasted a long while. I remember back in year 1 when Iron Banner was running around, and it was nothing but Arc Bladers. And these guys, if you saw someone wearing the Mask of the Third Man, you knew they were going to be on like a 5 kill streak, 6 kill streak, probably more depending on how quickly they respawned as well. But this thing would last a long while with it on, especially with Arc Blade. Like if you set your Arc Blader right, this thing could last you a while. Not so effective anymore, I don't think. I don't see many people using it, truth be told, but just because you can put other exotics on to change it and so forth. But yeah, not many people run it. I thought it was good. It was I think it was one of the very first few, like one of the first Hunter helmets I ever got, exotic wise. So yeah. Alright, next it is the Light Beyond Nemesis. This is the Warlock helm. This is purely an intellect roll. So this is for its perk is super generate an extra orb, revive, and be revived faster. So this is the Warlock equivalent to the Titan and Hunter's Crest of Alpha Lupi. So this is the Warlock equivalent. I will main award. So this is also the very first exotic I ever got. So you know it's a good looking helmet. I ran with this pretty much everywhere and everything. So before you couldn't even get the shader on this thing, so its color, like what it used to look like in the thumbnail, is what we used to rock around. So you'd have like the bronze part and then the black wings, and it just didn't match anything you had. So you were like, god damn, it doesn't matter. Maybe when Chatter White was around, it would fit the all white, but this is this. And weapon of the week is the Telesto, the fusion rifle. This was on sale a couple of weeks ago. So for those who remember, this is the fusion rifle that came down in year 2, I want to say. I can't remember when half these weapons came out. They keep re-releasing all the new ones and old ones again. So this came out, and it's in this perk was fusion projectiles attach and detonate with a delayed void blast. Multiple kills with this weapon spawn orbs for your allies. So for those who haven't seen this, think of the Warlock scatter grenade fired from a fusion, but stick. So, and it's multiple attacks, like multiple hits. So if you can get them to stick, it will kill. I think you need to have like 3/4 of the fusion spread hit for it to actually kill, because if you don't, anything less than that, you'll leave them essentially with like 1 HP, 2 HP. It's pretty easy for them to survive it. But yeah, that's the weapon of the week. So yeah, like last week we didn't actually have a weapon for sale, so this one they've kind of gone back and we've actually got a weapon back, so it's good. Alright, weapon bundles. Alright, Nemesis Star with Silver Bullet is back. So for those who remember, Nemesis Star is the LMG heavy machine gun that came down for this year, or for year 3. So this is the new weapon they've thrown into it. My brother actually didn't pick it up last time, so I'll mention it to him so he can actually find and get it. I think he's been annoyed he hasn't been able to get it in a drop. But yeah, next we have the HAWKMOON and the CARRION. So those who don't know what the CARRION looks like, essentially imagine the HAWKMOON as it is, but it's just essentially the front half of the barrel is splattered with blood. That's what the CARRION ornament looks like. So those are the 2 weapon bundles sold this week. Not bad. If you haven't got them, pick them up. HAWKMOON is still a great gun to use. But obviously not as effective as it was back in year 1, where it just reigned supreme. Like, if you had the HAWKMOON in year 1, you just destroyed everyone. I mean, just because of the perk with the luck in the chamber and 2 extra rounds do extra damage. So that's essentially like 3 luck in the chamber rounds right there. And it used to map people like insanely. I remember using it and it used to just map people horrendously. Alright, the usual cuirasses. So you got your drives, your heavy ammo simps, your 3 coins, your glass needles. Pick these up obviously if you want to re-roll any one of these. I mean, from what I gather, the only one with a great roll this week is actually this mask, the Mask of the Third Man. AC/DC feedbacks. They are 84%, so if you wanted to re-roll them for something higher, you could do. And then the Light Beyond Nemesis, oh, that's purely an intellect roll, so you definitely want to re-roll that. So definitely pick up some 3 coins, oh, not 3 coins, sorry, glass needles to re-roll that. Oh, what else was there? Oh, and then obviously the usual material exchanges. Ta-da! There you go, motes light and exotic shards. So yeah, we are 3 weeks down before D2 pops up, and what? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so 3 weeks left with Xur. What will he have us in the upcoming weeks? Not really much else. Just to note off, obviously Bungie have just released a new multiplayer trailer. The announcement for the PC beta has come up. So it's on the, what did they say it was, the 28th of August for those who pre-ordered it on PC, and then the 29th of August obviously for those who want to play the open beta. Obviously the new maps in there, Javelin 4 for Control. I'll probably jump on and see if I can get that to go. They've done Inverted Spire again as the strike. I think Midtown is still the is it the shutdown map or the countdown map? That map essentially was the 4v4 do that objective like style. What else is there? What else is there? Ah, there was a whole issue with PCs where they were saying that the streamers who wanted to do the PC streaming, they said that D2's beta will affect OBS and XSplit and a few others. Stuff like Discord, which people use to do for team chat and so forth, that will be partially affected. But there's a workaround. I mean, obviously there's always a way around it. I think one of the ways to get around the streaming side of it is, they said, just put it through a splitter. A simple splitter will sort that out apparently. So who knows, maybe I'll try and get some of that done as well. See if I can capture some footage for the new map as well. I'm intrigued by this new map. It looks like it could be a lot of fun. Anything else I can think of? Not really. In terms of news, I know that there's been some news that's popped up regarding PvP and some other stuff that Bungie have listened to, so who knows what they might change for PvP. But then at the same time, people need to take into account the betas we've played is all a build that they had built months ago. They just specifically built this beta build for people to play. So when you get some people who are like raging by the fact that this could possibly be what the full game release is, you got to admit it's kind of silly to think that way when Bungie have kind of said that they built this specifically for people to play. But I'm excited to see what the final game will look like. I'm really intrigued. Like, the maps, will be the same. The general layout of the story will be the same. PvP, they'll refine it in some way. Like how they did it in the beta, that was up earlier this. When was it out again? Back in July. Sorry, back in July. It was an example of what to come. Like, the only thing my issue was that the supers built too slowly. Your life regen was a little bit on the slow side. Like, it needed a slight boost. Yeah, supers needed to increase. They needed to get that built up faster. But yeah, so last week was the last Iron Banner as well. This weekend is officially the last Trials of Osiris for D1. So if you have not done your Trials of Osiris stuff, do so. Try and get as much of it done so you can get like the final emblem in the book if you haven't got it, or try and get the emblems. I last week managed to get this emblem, which I had been hunting for ages, and I didn't even technically need to complete all of Trials of Osiris. So I have every emblem that the book can offer. I'm just like shy on kills for heavy weapons, but that being done, like last week of Trials of Osiris, see how well that goes, and then after that, it's just the countdown into a D2. Like, most people probably won't have a reason to come back to D1, Especially to see this gentleman here, you know, Sir, Agent of the 9, with the next 3 weeks. Your days are numbered, sir. But yeah, we'll see what happens to him in D2 as well. But that being said, favourite, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to throw a thumbs up on the video as well if you like it. It'd be super appreciative. And also have a great weekend. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.